we're really looking to support and encourage children to develop into adults that can be productive, not only workers in corporate settings, but productive citizens and productive family, parents and spouses. And it's a big job, schools are the place where we get kids together, and schools are the place where we have opportunities to give them experience in all of these areas. Kids that we are grooming to take over the country and the world community are ethical, caring, supportive, creative, and understand not only their own needs, but mine.
Right, empathy.
Every child comes to school with, I hate to use the term baggage because it's become cliched, but stuff on their mind and a set of skills to either handle it or not handle it. And the world is getting busier. The amount of information kids have to process is expanding geometrically. So if we only focus on the 3 R's, without focusing on their skills of being able to handle all of this information, being able to sift through what's important, being able to make choices that are pro-social and pro-community and personally healthy, if we don't focus in on those things, we may have expert scientists who can't get along in the world, or who can't innovate to make the world better, or who can't relate to someone in China who has a different way of seeing the world, and they can't talk other than in math and science. The core subjects are important, but it's not enough. My experience is you have to be good enough at those things to be able to get the job done, but you're going to excel on your social, emotional, and character, not solely on your technical skills.
Administrators or principals, that echelon of it, what should they be considering in this area? Is there anything in particular?
Great question. Okay. Great question. What seems to come most naturally to administrators, principals, and to some degree teachers is content. What do we want to teach? What's the curriculum? What curriculum do we want to teach? Is there a curriculum for social emotional learning? Is there a curriculum for character? Yeah, well, give me the curriculum, let me teach it. There are 2 other elements that, and by the way, that's fine. I have no problem with people finding good curriculum or adjusting curriculum or sampling and finding what works for the personality of that school or that classroom. Great stuff. It's just not enough. Okay. There are 2 other elements that we really need to help educators focus in on, and one is process. Process means not what is the content, but how do you deliver it? How do you train the people to deliver it? So looking at pedagogy, looking at how people are actually running their classroom, what opportunities do they take to support and practice and teach social emotional competence and core value identification and implementation. Where are there opportunities in the curriculum to insert those things? How do I set up my classroom? How do I engage people in discussions? How do I do group learning? All of which supports development of these skills. And the third element, so we have the content, we have the process. Third element is what I call social marketing or gaining buy-in. I have worked in so many settings where people have great ideas and good books or great content, but they fail to get people to care about it.
Huge. It's mandatory.
It's absolutely required. Otherwise, you're doing a whole lot of hard work that never goes anywhere. So what has to be done there, and this is, educators get a little nervous when I mention marketing or advertising. I talk about getting your lesson across. That's another way to think about it. How do you get the student slash teacher slash parent slash administrator to care about this stuff and recognize the value?
Right.
So there has to be concerted, clear effort to understand why we're doing this, why it's important, not only to the school or to the community or to the district, average scores in AYP, but why should every person who's going to be touched by this work care about it? What's in it for them? And we have to think that through and make sure that message gets out.
Make it personal.
Make it personal,
Right.
and put it out more than once. So often I'm aware of schools that take social, emotional, and character lessons or programming, and they present it once, and they think everybody got it.
Right.
And I come in and I go, you would never teach reading like that.
Right.
First of all, nobody's that good.
Look at the advertising industry.
Yes, nobody gets it the first time. We have to be hit again and again and again, and we have to mean it. We have to see it everywhere. This is at least as important as that. So let's not be naive and thinking just an occasional exposure is enough.
Right.
It's got to go into the fabric of the school. It's got to be present in every classroom every day. It's got to have elements within and throughout the curriculum. So the message there is, sure, focus on content, but be aware of the process, and don't give short shrift to the buy-in. Make sure you do whatever it takes to gain buy-in from everybody in the community.